Certainly do, Fred. How's it going?
Oh, Fred, how are you? You have to get close? Oh, yeah. No. Derek says
I don't know. Hollywood. I don't know, honestly. No.
People, you have 10 minutes, so don't push.
Over, please. The very last pictures for the people in the front.
Can I have a rotation of photographers, please? All you people in the front get back. Let the people in the back up. Sir, it's time to rotate towards the back, please.
young lady. Okay.
And can we please have constant sound level on these microphones? We're not getting it at the moment. They're dying in between. Can you keep yeah, that's it. Can you keep it all the mics constantly at this level, please?
Nothing I can do about it. Gentlemen, everybody in front here, let's start rotating now. Let's start rotating.
For the Beatles.
Well, somebody's given us an idea and he's working on the script. And if the script's nice, then we may do it.
One question we like in Hollywood, we'd like to know how you compare movie working to, say, the concert tour or recording sessions. You know, amount of work and stuff like that.
Well, we don't compare it much, you know.
Would you rather play the Hollywood Bowl again than Dodger Stadium?
We don't really mind.
Maybe we can start another controversy here. One of your countrymen was here yesterday or the day before he returned to England, or on his arrival in England. He said he thought American women were out of style for not wearing miniskirts, and that because they didn't wear miniskirts, their legs were ugly. I'd like to ask you what you think about American women's legs.
Well, if they don't wear miniskirts, how does he know their legs are ugly?
You know, on your album cover that was banned here, first of all, whose idea was it? And second of all, what was it supposed to mean from your standpoint?
What's he say?
Can you say that again?
You know, the album cover that was banned here, you know, the one with the dolls and the meat, whose idea was it? And
Yeah, the photographers who took it.
And what was it supposed, I mean, was there any meaning behind it?
John, why did you decide to make How I Won the War, minus the other Beatles?
Because he just asked me, you know, and I just said yes. And it was just like that.
Do you consider that now, since you've been in the United States here for almost a week, that this religious issue is answered once and for all? Would you clarify and repeat the answer that you gave in Chicago?
I can't repeat it again because I don't know what I said, you know.
Well, would you clarify the remarks that were attributed to you?
You tell me what you think I meant, and I'll tell you whether I agree or...
Well, some of the remarks attributed to you in some of the newspapers, the press here, said that concerning the remark that you made comparing the relative popularity of the Beatles with Jesus Christ and that the Beatles were more popular. This created quite a controversy and a furor in this country, as you are obviously aware.
Do you know that, John? You created it.
Now, would you clarify the remark?
Well, I've clarified it about 800 times, you know. I could have said TV or something else, you know, and that's as clear as it can be. I just used Beatles because I know about them a bit more than TV. I could have said any number of things. Wouldn't have got as much publicity, though.
My question is directed at all of you. Do you think this controversy has hurt your careers or has helped you? professionally. Obviously, you're quite aware of it.
It hasn't helped or hindered it, I don't think. I think most sensible people took it for what it was, and it was only the bigots that took it up and thought it was, you know, on their side. They thought, haha, here's something to get them for. But when they read it, they saw that, you know, there was nothing wrong with it, really. It's just that they thought that by us saying, by John saying that we were more popular than Jesus, they thought, you know, he's bound to be arrogant. And did you see the fellow on telly last night? He said it. Tonight Show.
I'd just like to simplify things a little by suggesting that the two gentlemen with the roving mics select the questioners rather than me, because they can move around faster. So if you want to ask a question, please draw the attention of one of the two roving microphone men.
John?
Favourite what?
Group in the United States.
I've got a few, you know. Birds, Spoonful, Mamas and Papas, I suppose.
Beach
on
Boys.
that side of it.
Beach
and
Boys.
Miracles, etc. on the other side of it.
My question concerns money. I was wondering if you still have an arrangement with the U.S. Internal Revenue Department to pay your taxes to England through them. Another part of the question is, how much money have you grossed in your current U.S. tour, and is it true that you lost?
We don't know.
Money's got nothing
we don't
to
know
do with
about
us.
that. We don't do the money side of it, you know. Brian does that.
And we don't particularly worry
Tell
about
us
it.
what we get in the end.
The tax thing.
We pay some things, but we don't know how much or how much we've made or anything, you know, because if we were going to worry about that, we'd be nervous wrecks by now.
I'd like to direct this question to Messrs. Lennon and McCartney. In a recent article, Time magazine put down pop music, and they referred to Day Tripper as being about a prostitute, and Norwegian Wood as being about a lesbian. Now, I just wanted to know what your intent was when you wrote it, and what your feeling is about the Time magazine criticism of the music that is being written today.
We were just trying to write songs about prostitutes and lesbians, that's all.
Do you have any plans?
Cut.
Do you have any plans
You
to
can't use it on
work
the air,
separately in the future?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Will you be working separately in the future? Or together?
It's all together, probably.
Together? John Lennon, aren't you doing the picture alone?
Yeah, but I mean, that's only in the holiday bit, you know.
I see.
In between Beatles.
Fred Paul from KASK. First of all, I'd like to say hi to you all again. It's really good to see you. And so,
Go on, Fred.
I'd like to ask a question that you've never been asked before. What are you going to do when the bubble bursts?
So,
Fred.
you know, that's a personal in-joke. He used to ask it at every press conference we went to keep the party going.
Do you think we'll have another tour again next year?
Could be, Fred. Could be. Brian does that.
Thank you very much.
He doesn't love it, Fred.
Outside in Hollywood tonight, you had to arrive in an armored truck, and the truck was swarmed by adoring fans. What is the situation wherever you go? Do you ever have an opportunity to walk out in the street without being recognized, or can you walk into a theater to see a movie by yourself?
If you go when the lights are down, you can go in.
We can do that in England. It's easier in England than it is here. And it's mainly because we know England better.
It'd also be easier to do it if we were on tour, you know. Because we're on tour, people know where we are, that's why we have a crowd.
Oh,
I waved
Paul? Paul?
Sorry.
Many of the top artists and musicians in the pop field today, I said the Beatles have been a major influence in their music. Are there any other artists who have an important influence on you, the music you create?
Oh, yes. Nearly everyone, you know. We pinch as much from other people as they pinch from us, you know.
Is it possible to raise the level on both of the roving microphones, please?
The boys were a little deaf.
Ringo. Ringo. Oh.
Hi.
Ringo, do you carry wall pictures of your baby with you?
No.
No? Why?
I don't carry photos of anything, you know.
Thank you.
You can remember.
You know.
May I ask about the song Eleanor Rigby? What was the motivation or inspiration for that?
Two queers.
John, did you ever...
Two barrel boys.
Oh, this is getting disgusting. What?
John, did you ever meet Cass of the Mamas and Papas?
Yes, and she's great, and I'm seeing her tonight.
Good.
Yes, she's good.
Have you ever trained or used Beatle doubles as decoys?
No. We tried to get Brian Epstein to do it. He wouldn't do it.
Ringo, one question. How much did you contribute to What Goes On? And are you contributing to any other Lennon-McCartney compositions?
About 5 words to What Goes On, and I haven't done a thing since.
I'd like to address this to John and Paul. You write a lot of stuff that other people steal from you and also purchase from you in different arrangements, Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of these Boston Pops and stuff like that. When you listen to this on the radio or records and stuff, how do you feel about them using your pieces and changing them around to suit their styles?
Depends how they do it, you know.
The thing is, they don't steal it.
No, I know that.
Well, you just said they did.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean, you know, once we've done a song and it's published, anyone can do it. So, you know, whether we like it or not depends on whether they've done it to our taste. You know,
well, then let's ask it this way. Who do you think does it the best, the Beatles songs?
Us.
Who?
Us.
Oh.
For those of us that have followed your career from the early days of Liverpool and Hamburg, and the pride in you being awarded the MBE, and the dismay of the unwarranted adverse publicity of late, the question is, individually, what has been your most memorable occasions, and what has been the most disappointing?
Well, you know, there's so many.
I think Manila was the most disappointing.
Yeah. And the most exciting is yet to come.
Gentlemen? Maybe the most disappointing.
Gentlemen, there was quite a laugh when you went on the stock market with your stock. How is your stock doing?
Fine, thank
well,
you.
it went down, but it's coming up again.
It's gone down.
It's the same as any other stock, you know.
It goes down every time, and the LPs drop out. They all think they're buying bits of records.
All of you. Leonard Bernstein likes your music. How do you like Leonard Bernstein?
Very good. He's, you know, great.
One of the greatest.
I'd like to direct this question to George Harrison, if I may.
What's your address?
George, before you left England, you made a statement that you were going now to America to be beaten up by Americans. Do you mean to say in so many words that you feel that the American fan is more a hostile fan?
No, not at all.
Or a more enthusiastic?
Actually, I said that when we arrived back from Manila. They said, what are you going to do next? And I said, we're going to rest up before we go and get beaten up over there. Merely beaten up is just... really, we just get sort of shoved around a bit. Jostled around in cars and planes. So, you know, that's all it is.
Well, you think that's more an enthusiastic fan than a hostile fan, would you say?
I think there's definitely more enthusiastic fans.
But if anyone beats us up, it's not the fans, is it?
Yeah, the fan thing, I think they proved it themselves, you know, after this. We found out that there are a lot of fans who are great. And all the ones we lost, I think, we don't really mind anyway. Because if they can't make up their minds, who needs them?
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the your image, the image scrimmage, and I'll direct this to anybody. How has your image changed since '63? Is it a little more? Is it the same?
An image is how you see us, so you know you can only answer that.
You're the only one that knows.
Who's that? Oh.
It's you.
Oh,
You.
well, no, I want to get your opinion. Is it a little tarnished now? Is it more realistic, or what would you say it is? I know, I have my opinion,
We haven't
but...
got any tags for our opinion.
We can't tell you our image, you know. We can only... Our image is what we read in the newspapers, and that's the same as you read, you know. I mean, we know our real image, which is nothing like our image.
Forget it.
And what I meant to say was...
I like take 2 bricks.
Who is the young man with the lengthy haircut to your right rear?
Right.
It's good old Dave, isn't it? Where is he? That's
Who is it?
Dave from the Burns, a mate of ours. Yahoy, mateys.
Shy,
Do you ever plan to record in the United States, and why haven't you yet?
We tried, actually, but it was a financial matter. Bit of trouble over that one. No, we tried, but didn't come
Internal
off.
politics.
Hush, hush.
Dice.
No comment.
Mr. Lennon, is it true you're planning to give up music for a career in the field of comparative religion?
No. Is that another of the jokes going on?
I'm sure you've all heard of the many beetle burnings and beetle bonfires. And I was wondering, do you think American girls are fickle?
All girls are fickle.
Well, the photos we saw of them were a sort of middle-aged DJs and 12-year-olds burning a pile of LP covers.
This question is directed to Paul and John. You have written quite a few numbers for Peter and Gordon, and I understand they don't like it because they think that it's you writing the song that makes it popular. Do you plan to write any more songs for them?
They, you know, if we write songs for, they ask us to write songs for them if we do it. I mean, they don't mind it. They like it, but it's... People come up and say, we see you just getting in on the Lennon-McCartney bandwagon. That's why they did that one with our names not on it, Woman. Because everyone sort of thinks that's the reason they get hits. It's not true, really.
Gentlemen, what do you think would happen to you four if you came to an appearance without the armored truck and without police?
We'd get in a lot easier.
We wouldn't make it. We couldn't do it.
It depends, you know. Sometimes we could have easily made it much better without the armored truck. But today, probably we wouldn't.
You think you'd be physically harmed?
Oh, yeah, probably.
What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Could be.
Gentlemen, the New York Times Magazine of Sunday, July 3, carried an article by Maureen Cleave in which she quotes the Beatles, not by name, as saying, "Show business is an extension of the Jewish religion." Would you mind amplifying that?
I said that to her as well. No comment.
Oh. Come on, John. Tell me what you mean.
I mean, you can read into it what you like, you know. It's just a little old statement. It's not very serious, you know.
Paul, are you getting married? And if so, to who?
Oh, they're probably getting married, yes. But I mean, I don't know when. I've got no plans and things.
I want to make these the last three questions.
John, I was wondering, under what condition did you write "in his own right"? That sort of wild, those kicky words. I mean, how did you, you know, piece them together?
Oh, I don't know.
And do you have any more books coming?
Well, yes, and I can't answer that. You know, it's just the way it happens.
Any more books coming?
I didn't think that, how can I do this?
Sit down and give me an author.
Just like an author.
John.
I hope so, you know.
John?
I don't know. It'll never be the same.
I understand there's a suit pending against the Beatles by Peter Best, who claims to be a former member of the Beatles. Is that true? Was he once a former?
I think he's had a few, but we don't bother with those.
Is this the last question? Are all of your news conferences like this?
No.
Well,
that's not the last
I'm talking about all of the reporters or would-be reporters or semi-reporters that show up. Are you besieged by these kind of people throughout the tours that you travel here in the United States?
You can't always tell the would-be's from the real thing. So we
Is
never
it
know.
this way when you travel in Europe?
Yes.
But what's wrong with the crowd?
Nothing. I'm just wondering if you have this many reporters everywhere you go.
No. Not always. But
some of them are just onlookers.
Tomorrow.
This is the last question. Thank you.
All right, Tomorrow Never Comes is the last cut on the second side, right?
Tomorrow Never Knows.
Tomorrow Never Knows, thank you. Could you give me a vague idea of some of the tape manipulation you used when your voice drops into the track, John? Is that sung backwards by any chance and then recorded forward?
No, it's not sung backwards. It's just recorded pretty straight. You know, there's nothing really. There's tape loops on it, which are a bit different, and the words are from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. So there, nearly. Oh well.
Right, now can we do the presentation that we were going to do slightly earlier from the three presidents?